So last we left off, we had made some new items at the top of our factory. I need to check on power, probably. We had learned how to make power shards without wasting them, which is exciting. Let's go check and see what's going on up here. Last episode I saw was when you made the dune buggy, somewhere in the 87th episode. Yeah, we've changed a little bit. We have FICSIT ingots now. That's what we are most recently on. So then I think it means we need to make FICSIT trigons, which is a thing everybody definitely understands, right, chat? FICSIT trigons, absolutely. We're all on board for what that means. For sure, for sure. Oh, it was just made in a constructor. Let's do that. That's easy enough. How's the industrialization? It goes pretty well. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with our factory. As long as we have power, I'm really happy with our factory. And currently we do have power, so we'll see how long that lasts for, but yeah, it goes well. We're into phase 5. We're trying to keep the entire factory running, trying to start all the products we need for phase 5. Trying not to run out of nuclear power. Cam says my Subway is here, chat. What did you order from Subway? What's your go-to order? Go-to Subway order. Most importantly, I don't care what you get for a sandwich. There's 2 important things. Italian herbs and cheese bread. I'm sure all of the Europeans in chat just rolled over in their graves. I don't know why they're dead in this hypothetical situation, but I'm sure they do not like our Italian herbs and cheese bread. And garden salsa chips. Those are the 2 important things. Tuna on Italian herbs and cheese with lettuce and tomatoes. You get tuna from Subway? Ryan, have you seen those videos of people putting the 3 Gen 1 starter Pokemon in front of their toddler, seeing which one they choose? My brother did this for my nephew recently. He made a beeline for Charmander. That's really cute. That's really cute. No, I've never seen that before. That's funny. Elle has 2 Pokemon Stuffies. She has Vaporeon and she has Slowpoke. The Slowpoke we got from friends who went to Japan, and the Vaporeon I got from Speeds. Actually, Vaporeon is now on my shelves because I stole that one. Best Subway order, step 1, go to Jersey Mike's. Step 2, get something. Spoken like a person who hasn't existed in the middle of the very rural Midwest, where the only restaurant you have for a 3-hour stretch on your road trip is a Subway in a town that has 1 stoplight and a gas station. Jersey Mike's. I laugh in the face of your Jersey Mike's. Ha ha ha. What's the other one? Penn Station? What are people's thoughts on Penn Station? Is it bad? Yo, hi, Elo. How's it going? I hope you've enjoyed your trip. How you doing, Elo? Never heard of a restaurant called Penn Station. Is it a train station? What's a Penn Station? Penn Station, I think, is probably a not very good sandwich shop, but it existed next door to a running shoe to a store that I worked at, a running shoe store that I worked at for a couple years, and it was new to me as a person who had never had one before. And so I got it, you know, as is tradition. How do you spell it? Just like Luis Santos spelled it in chat. I got it every day for a year because it was right next door to the place. It was a new fast food store that I had never had before, and I got it every single day for a year. It is named after the train station. I think that would make sense. What I remember about it was that I had to be very careful and explicit about what I was ordering, or else they would make it wrong, which I think was probably more about the specific location I was using than anything else. And that I needed to... and that the sandwich itself was not great, but the cookie was. I always got a cookie, and it was like an enormous, probably like 1,000-calorie cookie. I don't know, fucking 1,500-calorie cookie, probably. Has nobody in chat had Penn Station? Sorry, I'm scrolling. Burrito Salad says, I know I've had Penn Station before. I don't remember anything about it, so I guess it can't have been that good. Subway doesn't serve cheese sauce with their pretzels. I'll never forgive the false advertising. Subway has pretzels? Are Stuffies different from plushies, or is that a regional thing? I am not the person to ask on this. Do you call them Stuffies or plushies, chat? Or are those different things? Plushies, Stuffies. Plushies are stuffed animals. I think growing up we called them stuffed animals, but I don't know. Did I say Stuffies or plushies? In Dutch, we call them knuffles, which is the same word as hugs. That's cute. That's really cute, actually. I know we have the brand Squishmallow. Mellow? I think you said Stuffies. Okay, so apparently I say Stuffies. I know we have the brand Squishmallow because it's like all the rage with tiny kids. But I don't know what the Stuffies versus plushies linguistics phenomenon is about. In my mind, plushies denotes a smaller thing than a stuffed animal. The design principles are the same. Okay. So I think what I probably have is in your mind, a stuffy. Now that I am saying the word stuffy, I feel like it's wrong. Like I've thought about the word stuffy too much, and I'm like, that's not a real word. There's no way. No way it's a real word. Any pillow pet lovers in chat? Squishmallows are so soft, I did not understand the hype until I got one for my daughter. Is stuffy just a stuffed animal that isn't an animal? I think it's probably just short for stuffed animal. I think it can be an animal. Okay, I have examples. Okay, so I believe this is branded as a Squishmallow. I think this is a Squishmallow. It's fucking huge. It's very soft. Very soft. I think if it weren't the brand name Squishmallow, you would call it Stuffy. Because it's huge. It's big. I think I would call it a Stuffy. Apparently, that's what I call them. My headcanon is plushie is a specific character, stuffed animals is generic. So this would be a plushie then. It is a Vaporeon plushie. It is both smaller and a specific character. So potentially this would be a plushie. I think we've solved it. Also, in my streamer room, I have so many of Megan's hair ties on the ground because her favorite thing to do right now is to walk into the bathroom when Megan is getting ready for work or showering or anything and grab all of her hair ties out of this drawer that she has in the bathroom and carry them into other rooms, put them down, walk back in, get more, put them down. Ryan Holmes has solved another mystery. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on the case. Fear not. She loves making deliveries of hair ties. Yeah, she's all about it. I mean, that looks ugly as shit. Oh no, what am I doing? Oh no. That looks even worse. Oh my god. Okay, I can't do that. Sometimes you just go a step too far with the spaghetti. That's better. It's still bad, but it's better. Why do you have a Vaporeon plushie in your private room? Why did you call it a private room? That made it seem weird. Especially with all the Vaporeon connotations. Private room? God. You might as well say sex dungeon at that point. No, I don't have a Vaporeon in my sex dungeon. I have it in my streamer dungeon, which is different. Despite the fact that I make a lot of sex jokes in my streamer dungeon. Your gamer den. All right, let's. We've decided what Stuffy versus Plushie is. Now let's decide what's worse. Streamer room. Gamer den. We need something with studio. Streamer studio. I call it my office because it feels less embarrassing. So you have a sex dungeon? Yeah, for sure. Me. You know me. Big fan. I hate that there are permanent implications for Vaporeon. Me too. Okay, so we are now making very few FICSIT ingots. Truly none at a time. 30 per minute. Which is, again, and I cannot reiterate this enough, not any at all. But we are making some FICSIT trigons. Which means after that we need to make biochemical sculptors. Which is an item for the... It's the next item for the thing. For the Phase 5. I'd call it the Nunnia business room. Oh my god, I do have a story to tell, though. So, I'm having this experience right now. Which is that, I had this experience twice in the last week. Which is that, So one, I went to this bachelor party. And I generally keep it, like, relatively close to the chest what I do for work. Like, I tend to just lie to people and be like, yeah, I do freelance writing, which is what I did do before I did streaming, you know? Or, like, alongside it. So I just, like, if I'm, like, meeting, like, a person, like an acquaintance who I'm likely to not have a ton of conversation with, who I am not deeply friends with, and we aren't going to actually, like, have any particularly meaningful talk about our lives, I don't tend to say I'm a streamer of video games, because that, one, it puts the focus on me, which is not usually how I prefer things to happen. Although the problem is that, unfortunately, freelance writer also, it's not like accountant, you know, like people ask questions about freelance writer too. But with that one, I can always just be like, oh, I do boring stuff. Hi, Shammy. How's it going? So, ingot. This one needs to be Trigon. But we go to this bachelor party weekend this weekend, and a bunch of my best friends are meeting me for a couple of them are meeting me for the first time. Like, I'm one of his college friends. Some of his high school friends are there. They're meeting me. And Nick's like, yeah, he's a streamer. He plays video games for a living.
Will it be 12 months before he's done?
Probably. We're at 11? No, we're at 10. Okay, thank God. I think probably, Shammy. So anyways, we had to have lots of conversations about, like, oh, so what do you do? Like, what video games do you play? Lots of, and what video games do you play is often the first conversation. However, I also had people doing work. So one of they replaced the windows in our house. One of the windows that they replaced is the window right here in this room. They replaced it like a day ago. Which means that I had contractors coming into this room, looking at my computer setup and being like, so do you have a podcast or do you stream video games? And I was like, ooh, I stream occasionally. Because it's not like I'm not looking to bring the people in my normal life into this community. If they make their way here, great. Probably. But I'm not looking to, like, convert every person in my real life into... Because then how am I going to talk about breast milk, you know? I can't be doing that in front of people I went to middle school with. I can't be doing that in front of my neighbors. The funny thing about both conversations is both times they hear that. So the contractor hears that I'm a streamer. The new friends at the bachelor party hear that I'm a streamer. Both times they're like, wait a second. So do you play? And then they list off a whole bunch of games that I basically don't play. Like, yo, do you play? Are you going to be playing Battlefield 6, the new game that comes, the new Battlefield that comes out? Except the way they phrased it was, are you going to play BF6? I'm like, brother, I have no idea what Boyfriend 6 is, and I have never heard of it before. No, I will not be playing it. Did you play this game, that game? And I'm like, no. And the way I explained it is, I play a lot of puzzle games. One of them was like, oh, do you play... So the contractor was like, do you stream Fortnite, Call of Duty, or Rainbow Six Siege? Those were his three options. And I was like, well, kind of Fortnite, but not exactly. It's been a long time. And he was like, and I was like, not really any of those. And he was like, oh, okay, those are the ones that my kids watch. I was going to say, maybe my kids have watched your stream before. And I was like, I fucking hope not, brother. Buddy, I hope not. Sorry, we got to make these lowercase. Everybody knows. This thing, right? Yeah. Okay, there we go. Uh-oh. Exclamation away. Whoa! Wait, what did I just do? Oh, if I hit E, I cycled through the numbers. That's cool. I can cycle through the numbers with E. We had to ban our kids from watching streamers. I wonder how old they'll be when we let them. I'd go with 18. I'd go with old. I don't know. I feel like there's probably... I think there are certainly streamers you could probably watch at like 14 years old. I also... feel like generally... I feel like watching a streamer is a post-high school type of activity. Ryan, how old do you think a kid would have to be to watch you? I think they should be at least 18 because I make everybody who watched this stream click a button that says I'm 18. And frankly, some of them who pop in at 18, I'm like, I think maybe you should be a little older. I just feel like something about watching streamers in particular is like probably an activity you should start once you have your own, like once you are doing work at a desk and you need something else happening on the other screen. That's what I feel like. That's probably the how most people fall into it, right? Like, I feel like watching YouTube is sometimes a more like focused activity. I don't know. I think a lot of 14-year-olds probably watch streams. These are produced in blenders. Blenders. I don't have computers. I don't know. I really have to focus to type and listen. It's true. It's true. And to be clear, I think like, you know, it's like we've talked about. The experience of watching a streamer with like 20, 30, I don't know, probably even like 100. The experience of watching a streamer where the chat is very active and is a group of people who are talking to each other, very different than watching 1,000+ viewer streamer. I feel like the opposite, YouTube is less focused because there's no interaction. Well, I think you guys are all unicorns. I think if you are currently active in this conversation on stream right this second, you're already sort of doing the opposite of the thing I'm talking about, which is I would say probably most of the people on Twitch are lurking. I don't know. I wish I knew the numbers for this because it would be interesting. I bet most of the people on Twitch are lurking, have sent barely any chat messages, and are not particularly a part of the conversation of whatever they're watching. Does that make sense? Neutral ass is currently lurking. Well, unfortunately, you did type in chat, which means that you are no longer lurking, which does mean... Damn it. Like, I think the average... So I guess I'm talking mostly about the average Twitch experience. Does that make sense? As opposed to what you guys are doing, which is like, you guys are part of an internet cult where if you miss a meeting, another cult member is going to be knocking on your door being like, hey, I noticed you weren't at stream on Thursday. You missed out on our breast milk and piss conversation. What's wrong? You guys are doing something entirely different than most people. Ryan, what do you think of the UK Online Safety Act? Do you agree? Have you seen it? Exclamation current events. Probably just kind of outside of the realm of what we try to talk about on stream. I don't know a lot about it, but I also don't tend to talk a lot about like what's making the news kind of things. We're here more to talk about useless shit like breast milk and piss. Oh no, I missed my chat tithing. Exactly. I don't know. It's interesting though that y'all. I agree that like. Okay, raise your hand in chat if you watch a streamer where you are mostly a lurker. Do you lurk on anyone else's Twitch stream? Raise your hand in chat if you are a lurker on a different Twitch stream or this one. You can raise your hand here if you want. No, I just watch YouTube videos. Hilariously, I mostly watch YouTube. I do not do a lot of lurking, but I do a little bit of lurking. I need computers. That's what I needed. Computers. If I'm lurking, if you're a lurker, which many of you raised your hands, do you have chat on or off? Is chat up on screen or no? It's one of the really weird things about Twitch, which is that I think, yes, in chat if you have chat open, in chat if not. Yeah, people are saying on. Okay, that's fine too. Chat on, chat on. Wait, you can turn chat off. Like if you go full screen, you don't see chat. You usually have chat up. I do not just lurk here. No, chat always on. Okay. That is a lot more chat on than I would have guessed. Iculos says, holy shit, I didn't know that. If you go full screen, you don't have to see chat. Iculos is like, I'm never seeing any of you fuckers again. I'm going full screen. Get out of here. Damn, that's so interesting. I will more often, depending on who I'm watching, I will occasionally just go chat off. Like, I'm just interested. Sometimes it's because there's something like this where you can just kind of keep an eye on it while you're, you know, like below my camera right now. But I would say probably most people watching, like... All right, let's just go to the website. Let's do the research right now. Let's go to the website. Browse. Categories. Sort by viewers high to low. Battlefield 6, Speak of the Devil. Currently watching Little Indigestion. Who's that? Battlefield 6. This is going to be out of context, right? Because it's going to be huge. There's 800,000 people watching this. 10 the Tapman is currently the largest Battlefield 6 streamer. Oh, no, sorry. This is recommended for you still. Viewers high to low. My PC is shitting the bed because it does not like to play Satisfactory and do anything else at all. Let me close all my other tabs. See if this helps. High to low. So there's 180,000 people here. We're going to mute immediately. We're probably going to see an ad. Of the 179,537 people watching this stream, and I know it's an anomaly, it's the biggest stream on Twitch. How many people do you think are watching stream with chat open? What's the percentage? Chat open versus chat closed for 175,000 people. Go ask in his chat. It's also subscribers only, which means it's even less people have it open than normal, probably. More than half open just because of default settings. Now, that could be true. That could be true. Girl, I'm not watching stream if there's that many. I hear you. I hear you. That Churum command comment needs a command because it's too perfect. All right, let me scroll up. What did Churum say to me today? Chat is better than the actual stream, TBH. That's nothing new. So here's my total thesis on this point right now. I think generally, if you're like a 16-year-old on Twitch, 20% of them are running around trying to get banned from Twitch chat. 20% of them are actively chatting. And then 60% of them are either not chatting, like not actually typing, or not even looking at chat ever. I think generally young people on Twitch are probably because they are very likely watching Tim the Tapman stream to 175,000 people. Like they are more often falling into those categories where it's like 100,000 people watching this, 100,000 people watching this. Kai Sanat, you know, etc. It would be a disaster if Ryan ever became that popular. It would low-key ruin my life. Your life? It would ruin my life. I need to make computers. I could think of nothing I would want to do where I would want 180,000 people to watch me doing it. If they want to watch it later on YouTube, that's great, but live? That's a lot of pressure. Computers are just slow, and that is partially related to... This is plastic? Oh, no. Please don't be plastic. Plastic? What? Oh, boy. Okay. Respectfully, with love, I think Ryan is too frustrating for a mainstream audience. You don't have to say with love. I agree with you. I think we've like self-selected for a partially frustrating experience because the goal of... If the goal of stream were like to deliver serotonin or dopamine, just like hit after hit after hit, I would do literally everything differently. That ain't the goal. All right, so this is plastic. Is that Mark IV? Nope. Is that? Nope. This is just going straight through. So we're going to hang out up here for just a second and see what's going on. These have a little bit in them. Let's see if these get empty before a new train comes in. Beating the unnameable game. I think it would be fun to stream to more people. To a point. Because I think at some point... Yeah, I don't know. I've had this conversation. Hey, speak of the devil. Today is literally... Today is literally 6 years since I first streamed on Twitch to 0 people with my microphone muted. 6 years ago today, I went live from my laptop in 480p with 15 minutes of Factorio, and my microphone did not work. Actually, I didn't even have a microphone on day one. I didn't even plug in a microphone. So there was no, so it was just like testing my settings. Then tomorrow, I think it was 6 years ago, I streamed and I hooked up my microphone, but my microphone was muted. And so nothing. Yo, Ikulos, thanks very much. Thank you. Thanks for the 5 gifted subs. So I guess this is very like topical in the way that thanks Ikulos. This is very topical in the way that like, yeah, this train is not going to come in. We need more plastic. Interesting. Let's quickly go check and see if there is plastic over here.
Happy
Lumella.
anniversary and hi.
Thank you. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 1 year. Holy cow. Is there more plastic on the belts? Yes. However, we need it to be backed up. We're going to have to see what that is like. Yeah, a lot of times over the last 6 years, there's been a conversation of like, I hope Ryan never gets bigger than this, or a different variation of that thought, which I respect. I totally get. You like the way things work here. You like the way we get to interact with each other. I honestly believe, though, that at every step of the growth that has happened over the last 6 years has made things more fun. Generally, I think you obviously lose a little something. Like when it was just Mars and I here on stream, Mars and I could talk about literally whatever Mars wanted to talk about, ever. Which I'm sure was a lot of fun for Mars, and frankly, it was fun for me. But it's like right now, I feel like our conversations end up being a ton of fun in the way that like there's 60 different perspectives or however many people are watching right now. There's like a certain number of perspectives that can sort of bounce off of each other, and people can play different roles, and it's I think the chat experience has only gotten, at least for me, and you're entitled to your own opinion, at least for me, it has only gotten better with each little step of growth. People are afraid of change. It's all good. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I'm afraid of change. Like I said, I'd be scared to stream. If I could snap my fingers and stream to 1,000 people tomorrow, I would not do it. I mean, you know, qualifications. But I wouldn't do it just because, to me, the thing that I think you all know instinctively, and I know instinctively, is that we're waiting on our plastic train, by the way. There it is. We're going to ride it back over. It's got like 600 per cart, 700 per cart, which is not a lot. Which is that, like, the sense of community in the community is not how many people are currently here. Like, it's not like how many people are here on X day. It's how many people have been here for X amount of days and bring with them knowledge and memes and memories and, like, if we had 1,000 people here tomorrow, that'd be 940 people here for their first day, right? Which is not how you have a community. Maybe it's how you build one, but it's not how you have a community. What I want is what I love, and what in an ideal world would be an absolute fucking dream, is a mix of people in chat who are here for the first time, a mix of people in chat who have been here for a very long time, and a mix of people in chat who have been here for a couple months and are loving what they're doing. You know? Because that's so much fun. I love that. I love that feeling. It is conflicting. I wish the channel did do well, grow the great community. I think I would lose interest the bigger it gets. Yeah, for sure. I get that. And it's not like there aren't growing pains or like just like changing things. The good news with us, okay, one thought on this. Hi Bob, how's it going? Is one thought I've always had on this front is I can remember this was like 4 years ago. We had a moderator named Surprise who was like, Ryan, if you get any bigger, I won't come to streams. Like, I just won't enjoy it. I'd be so sad if you got any bigger. And we had like 15 viewers, and I was like, I don't know, maybe next month we could try to average 20. And he left. No, and I was like, surprise. Look around, dude. I've been doing it for, at that point, I'd been doing it for like 3 years. I was averaging 15 viewers. 2 viewers? I don't know how. 2 years? 15 viewers? Something like that. I was like, look around. Do you think we're in any danger of growth so rapid that things would change underneath your feet? No. Didn't he turn out to also be a teenager? Yes, and I love Surprise, to be clear. Surprise lied about his age to us for 4 years. For like 3 years. Surprise is incredible. I miss Surprise so greatly, and I wish him nothing but the best. Surprise also was a Surprise high schooler lying about being a college student. Did Surprise help me build my PC, solve all of my tech problems for 2 years, and generally be like a lovely person? We talked, we confided in each other about a ton of stuff. Absolutely. Yes to all of those. Shout out to Surprise. It must be a challenge, though, to pick games that will grow the channel versus not lose people who are looking back to what you used to do. Honestly, that's an interesting question. Is it a challenge to pick games that will grow the channel and not lose people who are looking back to what you used to do? I'm going to answer that in a tongue-in-cheek way first. Tongue-in-cheek? No, the solution is just to always tell them that you'll eventually get to the game that they want. I'm kidding. I'm kidding so hard, to be clear. Why are we going so slowly? Is this really the rate at which we make this shit? That's not even a joke. Okay, well, the part of it that is a joke is that I do try to be honest about the chances of a game getting played and when they'll get played. I try to tell people, I'm like, it's on the list. No guarantee it's going to happen in the next year. No guarantee. I'd like to play it. That's true. Honestly, Shammy, to answer your question or to kind of talk on that topic, I would say, honestly, one of the biggest points of stress for me despite also being... How do I phrase this? I have a constant background fear that this is going out, not full, but like getting there. Is everything producing 100% of the time? You're yellow. Why are you yellow? Your residue is full? Wait, what? So you're so that was yellow for a second because your output is full. Is it because I'm using this? Oh boy. Okay, we're gonna have to solve this in a second. Let me finish my thought and then we'll solve this. I would say one of my lowest level fears is like my constant but low level fears is, Ryan, you're gonna choose the wrong game or series of games and people are just going to eventually lose interest in the channel and things will decline and someday it'll all be over and you'll have to get a different job. And the funny thing about that fear is that I don't think it's wrong. I think the funny thing about that fear, and some people are already saying, hey, I'm brainwashed, I'll be here forever. Hey, you've played this game for a year, we're still here daily talking about piss, don't worry about it too much. You guys are right and kind for saying that. But the other part about that fear is that no part of it is wrong. Eventually it will happen. I hope it's a very long time, and I'm really looking to maximize the amount of time I can do this as a job because I love it. And frankly, I think we have so much good stuff to do. We have so many great, amazing games. We have so much stuff that I look at, like, I think we can still level up how we do blind playthroughs. I think we can still have so much more fun making memories as a community. I think we have different variations of all of those things. But also someday people will lose interest. I will have to get another job. I'm not going to be doing this at 85. I mean, I hope I'm not doing any job at 85, but like, I mean, I don't know. The odds of me streaming at 65 as my day job, probably pretty low. Probably pretty low. And frankly, that's going to happen to all of us in all of our own careers. And like, it's just like the idea that like growth will happen forever in a exponential manner is a lie. Like, things fail, things change. Like, phases end. The chance that, you know, these things will inevitably, the thing I fear will inevitably happen. And the other half of that coin, though, right? On the one hand, those things will happen. The other half of the coin is that worrying about them is not how I maximize my enjoyment of the present. Here are things that I can worry about that I think actually make today and tomorrow and next week way more fun for both you and for me. One, the game that I have chosen, does it make me excited to sit in this chair every day and talk to chat? Outside of the game, this, like, streaming is not picking a game and playing it until you lose interest. Streaming is how you present the game, how you present the challenge of the game, how you present the chat interaction, the starting stream with dulls, or the little traditions and weird little interaction things between and around the game. That's the stopping for 5 seconds to rant about 5 minutes, 5 hours to rant about your fears rather than playing the game. Like, all of that stuff is in my control and is way more interesting to think about and, frankly, like, more important, too. So I think, like, the other half of the, like, fear of all of that stuff is the reminder that, like, in some ways, none of that fucking matters. I think if tomorrow we chose to play nothing but Toontown Online for the rest of my streaming career, we could probably find a way to make that into a career. It would be a struggle, but we could probably do it. Sport Squad. Now, why Toontown? Because the game is 25 years old already, or whatever it is. Oculus is like, you could probably do it. I won't be there. But instead, we have like a whole playground of creativity. Like, the full honest truth is that, like, okay, here's what's very likely going to happen starting next week. Majora's Mask most likely starts Monday. Also on Monday next week, I am very likely going to bring back a 1 week Pokemon week starting on Monday, where we are going to re-pick up our Nuzlocke, ban people if they die, make a Discord channel specifically for banned people in the Discord, where only the people who have been banned can hop in and chat, like a specific club. By ban, you mean timeout. Exactly. What the fuck? He just announces that out of random? What do you mean? I don't know. I didn't announce anything. Keep it to yourselves. This is a secret between you and I, chat. Also, Churum already knew. I already told you, Churum. We have a ghost chat. Exactly. Can I clip that to share? Absolutely not. This is our secret. This is our secret. Also, I already told you, Ikelos. Also, I did say it on stream a couple weeks ago. I know, but I expected a huge announcement. I think we'll also do that. I'm just, you know, while we're here and in our fields and talking. Also, apologies for coughing so much. I think I have some, like, baby sickness making my nose run, which is making my throat really sore. What else is new? Okay, we are no longer output limited here. Long story short, I have those fears all the time. Constantly, I'm thinking, like, how do I maintain growth forever until the day that I die so that I can keep streaming? And the answer is, you don't. You focus on the shit that does matter, like how you can make next week interesting for people, how you can deliver the best time for the people who are kind enough to give you their attention, how you can make memories for the people who are kind enough to pour their attention, their money, their love, their talents with art, and their hilariousness with their chats. How do I make the best time for those people possible? And that is enough to worry about. I don't need to worry about, like, growing forever. The rest of the stuff will just come. Is constant growth required to be sustainable? Can you not coast sometimes? I think you could definitely coast. And I also don't think... I think the idea of constant growth is a fucking lie. I think it's a lie. All right, we got to do some math. We are now using all of this fuel, which is good, meaning all of these should basically stay green. However, we have, I think, 20 machines making 20 plastic. Let's count that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Cool. And that's doing, so 20 times 20 is 480. It's a lie. It's a very capitalist lie. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ryan, we will start Majora's Mask in 2 weeks. That was on July 9th. Was it really, Churum? God damn it. Timberborn took a little longer to finish than I thought. And then the last week has been a chaos. Has been absolute chaos. Okay. So, do I need to make another one of these, or what do I need to do here? This is a big problem. I love Timberborn so much, Ryan. I'm so happy to hear that, Carly. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Where the fuck am I? Nope. I'm like... Am I on this map somewhere? Right here. Right here. Right there. Normal, pure, pure, impure. So we have a lot of oil. Sincerely, one of my favorite playthroughs of yours. Thanks, Carly. You and Cheers are keeping the smaller YouTube playthroughs alive between Farming Sim and that one. Bye, Hope System. The hard job, someone's got to do it. I am so grateful for you guys. Okay, so I'm having something really unfortunate is happening. Which is that my throat is really suffering. So maybe I need to talk a little quieter, which is ironic for a number of reasons. One, I know I have a DM from Joyce in my Discord inbox about this exact topic. And two, I've been away for a week. And you would have to, like, sounds weird, but like, you'd have to kill me to stop me from streaming right now, because I have wanted to do this for a full fucking week and I have not had the opportunity. There's no chance I'm not streaming right now. I feel so weird about that. I don't think you should feel weird about it. I thought the message was great. I'm sorry I didn't respond yet. No, I appreciate you. Okay, there's oil somewhere here. Do the rest of the stream is ASMR? I got you guys. Did that turn blue right here? It's not a refinery. It's a oil extractor. Where the fuck is this shit? Right there? Can I also use this other thing on top of it? Listen, leave me alone. Just get someone in a call and narrate what you're doing. Evo, are you currently at work? Are you available? Are you volunteering? Evo, call me on Discord. Thank Evo, who can't watch the stream. Oh, you're so right. I can't have Evo do it because Evo would be unable to watch because of motion sickness. You're so right. You're so right. Okay. We're going to go with the second best option.
Why are you calling me? I actually am at work.
Okay. See you.
Bye.
Why'd you pick up then, Carly? That's what I'm saying. That was fucking great. I honestly, whatever my expectations were for the response, Carly outdid them. That was great. No. Tom and Carly W. That was such a jump scare. I'm sorry. All right, so we're going to build more. We have tons of oil over here. If we need more plastic, we're probably going to eventually need more rubber. I'm going to build more plastic first. And we're going to eventually... probably add rubber. Hi, Cassie. How's it going? Just finished my meeting. What did I miss? Not a lot. I mean, we ranted a little bit about the eventual heat death of the universe and also the eventual death of the Little Indigestion streaming and YouTube channels. It's just probably eventually going to happen. I can't build it because I don't have fucking computers. The universe doesn't have a heat death? Sorry, the heat death of the sun. Stream keeps slightly stuttering. Is anybody else having that issue? I saw somebody else say that earlier. Not currently? Okay. Cat keeps reconnecting, but stream looks fine. Okay. I'm thinking we might need to try out building with a... blueprint designer whenever we get the chance. Unfortunately, we don't have the blueprint Mark II, which kind of makes this a pain in the ass. Oh my god, I keep hitting all the wrong buttons. Cat's reconnected a few times. Okay for me right now. Okay, good, good. How are you, Cassie? What's going on with you? What's new? How's your last week been? That's what I've been trying to ask everybody, and I have failed because I only asked it at the start of stream. What has been the highlight of your last week? Okay, let's just start here. We need refineries right here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Can you imagine if Carly would have been in a meeting? I think she probably would have just ignored it. Highlight was vacation at the beach. I guess good food. Gotta love Britney. I love Britney Spears. Oh, sorry. Britney France. This recipe, taken up here. Sorry, manager. Streamer needs me. I didn't leave a ton of room here. We'll go ahead and add an extra row just to make this really easy. I think what we want to do is go ahead and build the pipeline junctions. Do, do, do. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's build 10 and see what happens. I made a Minecraft realm for a whim for the dinguses on a whim. Have been feeding the Minecraft urge the past few days, which has been nice. Hell yeah. Trying to have me narrate Satisfactory would be like that time you made me try and explain Hollow Knight lore that one time. Oh my god, I forgot about that. I honestly think that we should try it. I think we should have somebody who doesn't understand, which is most of you. Try to narrate what I'm doing in this game right now. Like, it's kind of the essence of this playthrough has been people being like, I don't know. He's hooking the one thing up to the other thing, and he looks happy? Sad. He looks sad about it. I don't know. Ah. Looks like it's going well. No, doesn't look like it's going well. To be frank, people who have played before also struggle to narrate what they're doing. Fuck. Frankly, I struggle to narrate what I'm doing in this game. I'm like, we need 10 of them. 10 of what, Ryan? 10 of, the name for it is refinery. We need 10 conveyor lifts, but we need 10 conveyors. Technically, they're called conveyor lifts, but I call them conveyors. Do you even narrate? I mean, frankly, most of the time, I've decided that the most interesting thing to do for you all is to not narrate, but to instead say, hey, what song is most loved by all Dutch people? The answer may surprise you. Not again. That was one of my favorite Satisfactory conversations, actually. I feel like I learned a lot there. Okay, so this is 30 per minute times 10 is 300. We need to power it up. Now he's baiting people to talk about breast milk again. It's really Dropout's fault for bringing that back into our consciousness, into the zeitgeist. I think that person's still going around asking people if they prefer boobs or ass. Or do you think I made a difference, chat? I don't think I made a difference. What were the most iconic Satisfactory chat conversations? How would everyone rank them? I know I'm forgetting some, or I wasn't present, but I'm thinking of some of the greatest hits. Hamster porn in space. Oh my god, you're so right. Breast milk versus piss. Favorite music in the Netherlands. What else? What are some of the all-time Satisfactory conversations we've had? I think there's been a good amount of parenting stuff. The Colorado convo is 100% on the list. 100% on the list. I still think about that. Colorado for sure. For sure. Okay, so 300 meters. No, 300 cubic. 300 whatever the units are. I don't know what the fucking units are. We'll go find out. Was poop in the closet a conversation during Satisfactory? It's probably come up during Satisfactory. I don't think it started as a... Okay, so that should be 300. 300. This is exact. Clean pipeline is... Or pipeline is... Yeah. Okay. Who has that dog boner command? That's Mona. Exclamation Mona was probably a Satisfactory thing. Pooping in the woods. I liked the capitals conversation. That's right, the capitals of U.S. states. $720 is the quote. Nice. Okay, we need some pumps for this. I'm trying to think what else. Any other... Colorado was a real... That was a fun one. I'm trying to think if there's any other conversations. that make the like all-time satisfactory list. Oh, Iculus, don't start this again. The Oxford comma? That's right. That's right. Shammy says, I suspect there's a spreadsheet somewhere. Yeah, Evo has access to the quote list, Elo. Unfortunately, not everybody does, but Evo does.